Think about the last book you read, the last course you finished, the last video you watched to learn something. Now, without checking, how much can you actually recall right now? If you're hesitating, you're not alone. And it's not your fault. The way most of us were taught to study is broken. Scientifically, provably broken. I spent years thinking I was just bad at remembering things. I'd read chapters twice, highlight key sentences, take beautiful notes, and still draw a blank when it mattered. Then I discovered the work of Dr. Yasukawa Kosuke, a Japanese physician who scored in the top 1% on the US medical licensing exam in his second language. He didn't have a photographic memory. He had a system. Today I'm giving you that system. By the end of this episode, you'll never study the same way again. Let me paint you a picture. It's late evening. You've been studying for hours. You're highlighting, rereading, nodding along because it all makes sense. You feel productive. Then, next week, someone asks you about what you learned, and your mind goes completely blank. Sound familiar? Psychologists call this the illusion of competence. When information looks familiar, your brain sends a false, I know this signal. But recognition is not the same as knowledge. Recognizing something is easy. Retrieving it when you actually need it, that's the whole game. Passive studying trains you to recognize, not to retrieve. It's like watching someone else work out and thinking your muscles are getting stronger. You're putting in the hours, but you're not building the strength. Back in the 1880s, Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered the forgetting curve. Without reinforcement, we forget 70% of new information within 24 hours. Within a week, nearly 90% is gone. But every time you retrieve information, the curve resets and flattens. The memory becomes stronger. Here's what Ebbinghaus couldn't tell you. Memory consolidation happens while you sleep. Sleep less than 6 hours, and your memory efficiency drops by 30%. Pulling in all-nighter blocks the very process that creates permanent memory. Caffeine has a 5-hour half-life. Drink it too late, and you'll be too alert for deep sleep. Stop caffeine 8 hours before bed. Exercise increases BDNF, protein powder for your brain. 150 minutes a week boosts it by 20%. Study techniques matter, but they run on biological hardware. If your hardware is broken, the best software won't save you. Dr. Yasukawa took 2 of the hardest medical exams in the world at the same time. The Japanese exam and the USMLE, entirely in English, his second language. The USMLE average is 215. He scored 263, top 1% in the world. He wrote The Science of Addictive Learning, explaining exactly how he did it. Not through genius, but through a precise, repeatable system. That system is what we're building now. Before we get to what works, here's what doesn't. Repeated reading has almost no effect on long-term retention. Copying notes is mechanical. Your brain is just photocopying. Highlighting creates fluency illusion. You mistake recognition for knowledge. And learning styles? Decades of research show matching style to teaching doesn't improve outcomes. These 4 myths are keeping you stuck. Let them go. The addictive learning method comes down to one shift. Stop putting information in. Start pulling information out. Here are the 4 steps. Step 1, the blank sheet method. After you finish a chapter, close it. Take a blank page and write down everything you remember. No peeking. Whatever's missing, those gaps, that's your real study list. Use a red pen. It makes your gaps impossible to ignore. Step 2, spaced repetition. Don't cram. Review after 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. Each review resets the forgetting curve. Dr. Yasukawa calls this continuous relearning. It's the engine of the whole system. Step 3, interleaving. Mix things up randomly. Math. Mix algebra, geometry, statistics. Language. Mix vocabulary, grammar, listening. Blocking creates a crutch. Interleaving forces your brain to diagnose first, then solve. Step 4, the teaching method. Explain what you learned out loud. Richard Feynman's rule. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it yet. Every gap becomes obvious. That's the most valuable feedback your brain can give you. Here's why this creates addiction. Every other method gives you the feeling of progress. The addictive learning method flips that. The struggle is the progress. The discomfort of retrieval is your brain building stronger connections. And the moment you answer a question you couldn't answer yesterday, that feeling, that's the addiction. The first time I tried the blank sheet method, I just finished Atomic Habits. I could only write down 3 habits, 3 out of an entire book. I was embarrassed, but the next day, more came out. The day after, even more. That frustrating emptiness was my brain actually learning. Real effort isn't the time you put in, it's the resistance you push against. Here's how to start today. Pick one thing you learned recently. Give yourself 5 minutes and write down everything you remember. Don't judge, just output. That's your first session. 5 minutes, no app, no subscription. Build the habit. Review tomorrow for 5 minutes, 3 days later, 5 minutes again. Apps like Anki help, but index cards work just as well. The method matters more than the medium. And remember the foundation. Sleep 7 hours, cut caffeine 8 hours before bed, move your body 20 minutes a day. The best techniques won't work on a broken machine. Simple enough to start today. Powerful enough to change everything. Before you go, I have one challenge. Right now, close your eyes. What are the 4 steps of the addictive learning method? No scrolling back, just what you remember. Drop your answer in the comments. Because that attempt to recall, that is the method. You've already started. Learning isn't about how many hours you put in. It's about what your brain can actually do when you need it. Every single day, you have the chance to get a little better at that. If this gave you a shift in how you think about learning, hit like. Subscribe to Better Everyday Studio because growth isn't an event, it's a daily practice. I'll see you in the next one. Keep getting better.